welcome back to the Crypto Saving Expert News Show, where we keep you up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news so that you know exactly what is going on within the markets. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I hope everybody had a lovely Boxing Day after a very busy Christmas. Hello Catherine, hello Hamzak, hello Lord Spud. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrency prices first of all today. So we have Bitcoin at $16,860. We have Ethereum at $1,220. And as I've said for the past week now, we really don't have much movement on Bitcoin at all. We're looking at the 4-hour chart here. And look how narrow those Bollinger Bands are. We literally have had basically no volatility all week. We're looking at the RSI, which is basically neutral. We're not oversold, we're not overbought. We're looking at the MACD being neutral as well, staying very close to the baseline. I've said this over and over again. We are waiting to see which direction we're going to head into, but at the moment there's just nothing that we can base this information off, so we need to wait for an indication of which direction that's going to be. So if you want to stay up to date and find out what our analysis tells us when we do start to see some movement, make sure to like and subscribe and press the bell notification button so that you get notified every time we post a new video. We do these live streams every single Monday to Friday at 11 a.m, even over the Christmas period, so make sure to tune in to stay up to date with what's going on. It's not going to be a very long live stream today. We've just got a couple of news articles. First, we have the troubled crypto lender Vault calls off potential acquisition deal with Nexo. So the Singapore-based cryptocurrency lender Vault has called off a potential buyout deal with viral firm Nexo 5 months after the arrangement was set in motion. Taking a look down here, according to a CoinDesk report, Vault said that the acquisition talks with Nexo failed to come to fruition, citing several reasons. Recall that Vault received protection from its creditors in July, days after suspending trading and withdrawal services on its platform. The firm cited financial challenges with a prolonged bear market due to the collapse of the Terra Luna ecosystem. Although Vault had laid off 30% of its workforce in the month before in an attempt to reduce expenses, the lender eventually joined the list of crypto firms affected by the ongoing market crisis. Shortly after, Vault announced a 100% acquisition deal with Nexo to rescue the former from bankruptcy. Both firms signed a non-binding term sheet, which gave Nexo 60 days to conduct due diligence before moving on with the deal. And this is exactly what Binance had when they were looking at acquiring FTX. While the cost of the deal was undisclosed, Nexo planned to use the acquisition to strengthen its presence in the Asian crypto market. Unfortunately, Vault has called off the deal, citing Nexo's failed to meet specific criteria. They've said, "We were previously exploring a potential acquisition by Nexo as part of the proposed restructuring plan. To provide a very brief summary, our discussion with Nexo has unfortunately not come to fruition, the troubled company said. Nexo did not respond to due diligence request. Vault said one of its reasons was cancelling the acquisition was because of the due diligence request. Nexo did not respond to due diligence requests for a solvency evaluation that would assure its creditors. The embattled crypto lender also mentioned that Nexo's proposal did not offer its creditors an early exit option, which it emphasized was necessary for its successful restructuring. Vault further highlighted Nexo's plan to phase out its products and services from the US due to a fallout with regulatory authorities. Nexo announced on December 5th it would gradually leave the region in an orderly fashion over the coming months. Vault believes the move would leave its American customers scrambling away to handle their claims. Meanwhile, Vault has until January 20th to come up with a restructuring plan according to the court's ruling. So this is yet another repercussion of the UST's collapse. I believe the UST collapsed in May, and then it's had this domino effect across the whole of the cryptocurrency industry because a lot of different companies had UST on their balance sheets, and then we've seen different collapses. It's caused a lot of fear within the market, and then we're seeing a lot of withdrawals. We're seeing lots of companies go bankrupt, and they're still trying to work out how to deal with this. Taking a look back in the chat, hello Alia. And also don't forget today to make sure to go over to cryptosavingexpert.com and go to this sign up page where you can sign up And you can get access to our emails that come out, our newsletters every Tuesday at 11 a.m. So you just missed today's by 7 minutes. But if you sign up there now, you'll be able to make sure that you receive next week's newsletter, which is very interesting, full of lots of information. And we're going to use that in our video towards the end of this week when we recap 2022 and see what's happened this year. But the newsletters are very, very useful. And also, if you sign up here, you can be one of the first to use the Crypto Saving Experts site. We are actually going to be looking for testers to do some user testing on the site, just to make sure everything runs smoothly and as it should, and get some fresh eyes on the site to check if there's any problems. We're doing internal testing at the moment, but we are going to be looking for external users to give it a try and give some feedback as well. So if you want to be in the opportunity to be one of the first people on the site, make sure to follow our Twitter, Crypto Saving EXP, Crypto Saving Exp. And we'll be putting some posts up on there where we'll find some beta testers that want to get involved and take a look at the site first and give us some feedback. If you want to be one of the first users, make sure to go over there and follow us over there. Moving on to the next article though, Solana's price weakened by DeGods and Utes, NFTs migrating to ETH and Polygon. So the Solana ecosystem was dealt a double blow on Monday due to the DeGods and Utes NFT collections announcing they will be moving to Ethereum and Polygon respectively. So Solana saw a huge crash after the FTX fiasco. Taking a look at this, the collapse of the Sam Bankman-Fried Exchange and Alameda Research, which were major banks of Solana, have continued to affect the blockchain, once considered a potential Ethereum killer due to its higher transaction speeds and considerably low transaction costs. So Solana was seen as a great alternative to Ethereum because it has this proof of history, which doesn't assume the times within the blockchain instead of proof of stake. However, because of FTX and because the way Sam Bankman-Fried held his Solana, and they were major backers of Solana when FTX and Alameda Research went bust, Solana saw a huge crash. It was actually quite a good trading opportunity. I did short that, and that was because it was blatantly obvious that Solana was going to fall a bit further, in my opinion, and we did see that. So let's take a look at further on in this article. On Monday, the popular Solana NFT project DeGods announced via Twitter that it was officially bridging to Ethereum in the first quarter of 2023. The team at DeGods added that the migration details would be released with time and pointed out that such a move has never been done before at this scale. There's an argument to be made that DeGods has capped out on Solana. It's hard to accept, but it's been tough to grow at the rate we want to grow. If Ethereum is where we have to go to keep growing, it's what we have to do, said the DeGods project's leader, Frank DeGods, on a Twitter Spaces session. And it's very true. It's very hard to grow on a network that is suffering so badly, and a lot of people don't expect Solana to recover from this. This is a very split opinion. There are a lot of people that are buying Solana, buying the dip as much as possible, and there are other people that are just thinking it's an affected network now. It's a lost cause. So it'll be very interesting to see in the next bull market what happens to it, because a lot of the altcoins do reshuffle even in the top 10 from one bull market to the next, and whether Solana survives is questionable to me, but some people are very confident in it and are buying the dip while they can, but we'll see how that goes. Similarly, and on the same day, the team at Utes NFT Collection tweeted that the project would bridge to the Polygon network in the first quarter of 2023. Taking a look here, Solana's price weakens in the crypto markets. Data from magicdegen.io shows that the DeGods and Ute NFT collections are the most popular collections on the Solana-based marketplace. At the time of writing, the DeGods collection has a 24-hour trade volume of 100.8 thousand Solana, and the Utes collection has a daily trade volume of 85.9 thousand Solana. Consequently, a migration of the two projects away from Solana would likely harm the chain's reputation and the price of Sol in the markets. It could also ignite a mass exodus of other NFT projects away from Solana. And I do agree with this. It will have an effect on the Solana price, and it will also have an effect on when one project takes a leap like this and it goes successful, other projects look at doing the same. It's not just a one moves away and that's it. People will be analysing this and seeing what's beneficial for their own projects, because every project leader wants their project to do well. Moving on to the final article we have today. Let's check in the chat first of all. Lord Spud and Hamzak spamming the comments. Continue to do so, please, and help with the algorithm. Taking a look Over here, make sure to drop some questions in the chat at the end of today's video and we can answer some questions to finish off the stream. Moving on to the next article here, we have Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin amongst 400 million Twitter users affected by latest data breach. So the private contract information... Oh, I've just lost the stream. There we go. The private contact information of 400 million Twitter users is reportedly up for sale on the dark web. It includes the personal data of Ethereum's Vitalik, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, and more. The words were not leaving my mouth then. An estimated 400 million Twitter users' data is reportedly up for sale on the black market. Cybercrime intelligence firm Hudson Rock publicly announced the massive data breach via Twitter, explaining that the private database contains devastating amounts of information, including emails and phone numbers of high-profile users such as AOC, Kevin O'Leary, Vitalik Buterin, and more. Moving down through this, regarding the legitimacy of the information on sale of the dark web, the Hudson Rock team pointed out that it was currently impossible to verify that the database had 400 million users' data. However, from an independent verification, and the data itself appears to be legitimate. The team at Hudson Rock added that the individual or group selling the data claimed it has obtained earlier this year due to a vulnerability on Twitter. It's understood that the bug was from June 2021 and that Twitter had, in July 2022, learned that someone had potentially leveraged this and was offering to sell the information they had compiled. The Twitter team had confirmed that the bad actors had taken advantage of the vulnerability before it was addressed and recommended all users on the social media platform to enable two-factor authentication. Tried to blend two words into one then, using authentication apps or hardware security keys. Now, within the cryptocurrency space, it's really common for us to use two-factor authentication, but I don't think many people outside of this space really use it too much. I don't think it's very popular. Moving on to the next part of this article then. In addition, the malicious actors have allegedly tried to extort Twitter's new owner and CEO, Elon Musk, into buying the data, as doing so will prevent him and the social media company from GDPR lawsuit pertaining to privacy in the European Union. That is a very interesting way to go about it. They are reportedly demanding $276 million from the Tesla CEO. If Mr. Musk pays the amount, the hackers say they will delete the data and not sell it to anyone else, to prevent a lot of celebrities and politicians from phishing, crypto scams, SIM swapping, doxing, and other things. Pretty smart from the hackers there. Whether he'll pay that or not, I'm not too sure. $276 million is quite a lot of money to ask for, but it depends how much he thinks he's up to risk with the GDPR lawsuits that are in place. Taking a look back at the chat, Jerome said, "How was your Christmas? Was Santa generous?" Yeah, I had a lovely Christmas. Thank you very much. I hope everybody else did too. And a lovely Boxing Day and continues to until the new year. Hamzak said, "Great work. Thank you very much." What else did Santa bring from Lord Spud? I'm trying to stay away from buying and trading cryptocurrencies during the festive period while the volumes are a bit low. Let's take a look at the volumes over here and see what's going on. So the volumes are low, and it's looking at these times when it's like this, well, I'd like to see some volatility, but I'm not sure which direction it's going to be in just yet. And because the volumes are low, a smaller amount of money can have a bigger effect on the price. So I'm stepping away from it at the moment while the Bollinger Bands are this tight. It's looking a bit dangerous to me. And I'm going to stick out until the new year, and then we'll get back into the game of trading, I think. Taking a look back at CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin's at $16,865 and Ethereum's at $1,221. Tether's just below $1. It's all safe and fine. BNB is at 243. Has this recovered from the dip that it took? Let's take a look. I don't know if... Where's the chart on this? Oh, not an overview. Here we go. On the monthly chart, we did recover from that huge FUD dip that we saw down to $229. We're now at $243. I thought it was going to recover a bit more than that, to be honest, but we'll see over the next couple of weeks what transparency Binance bring some confidence back. But then I also do think exchange tokens have taken a hit since FTT So we'll see how they perform over the next year. As I've spoken about in previous live streams, I'm not expecting too much for 2023. I'm expecting a slow incline with some greater economic effects. We may see some more moves to the downside if some world problems come, but other than that, I'm expecting some slow movement for 2023 and then the anticipated bull run of 2024. So this is the perfect time to learn everything you can about cryptocurrency and build in the space while you can, so that when the next bull market comes, you are ready to action and perform great and earn lots and lots of money. So if you want to learn as much as possible, make sure to go to cryptosavingexpert.com, put your email in on that sign up link, and you'll be the first to use the site. But that is all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and head over to our Twitter, CryptoSavingExp, and follow us there as well. Thank you.